There he is right there. How you doing, David?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. We didn't have a lot. Hey, looks like that trophy right over your shoulder.
Yep, that's it.
Ah, okay. Well, tell me a little bit about your preparation for the U.S.
Sure.
Open.
About a week before the U.S. Open, I actually went down to Elk Creek and had a lesson with my coach, Wendell Cherry. That was the weekend before. So I spent a couple of days shooting there, and then after that, I would go down to my local gun club every day and practice with some of the local pros around there, like Dan Bailey and Bill Elliott and some of the other guys around there, and we would shoot. You know, I tried to limit it to no more than a flat a day, and just every single day, just get used to shooting. So that way, you go into the U.S. Open having shot every single day prior.
Okay, well, very good. I'm sure that Wendell is very proud of you as well, because I know that he's had a lot of students over the years, and I think you have stood out quite clearly as one of his best students. I think he actually works with Ashley Halfley as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, he actually used to coach Ashley, but lately she stopped taking lessons from him.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right. Now, let me ask you the question that I'm getting on the chat room. The chat room is asking me, at what point at the U.S. Open did you feel as though you could walk away with HOA?
Well, the first day I shot a 63 on white, and I felt like I'm a shooter who doesn't look at the scores until after the event's over, and the first day after I shot a 63, I figured that was a pretty good score, but I had heard some better scores. Brandon Powell shot a 65. I had heard some 64s, so the next day I shot a 65 on blue, and I think that's the day that I realized I kind of felt what Wendell calls the hum. Like the whole round, I was shooting real well, running all the hard stations and everything, and I felt like that was the day. That's when I kind of felt that I could do it. And Sunday came along, and I still wasn't quite sure. And I had some people following me around with cameras, and so the last day, about halfway through the round, is when it really hit me. When I kind of realized that I might be in the lead at the U.S. Open.
Yeah. The evenings must have been a little difficult, too. I mean, you go home after the first day, and I know that because I've done this a little bit myself, and I'm like you. I don't look at the scores because I know that is probably going to take me off track. So I don't pay attention to the scores. But people want to tell you what you did, even though you don't want to know necessarily.
Exactly.
And in the evenings, when you go back to the hotel room or the RV or whatever you happen to be staying in, you can't help but just think about it a little bit, wondering, hey, I shot pretty good today. If I could shoot that good tomorrow, and to keep yourself from being nervous, did you do anything special in the evenings, David?
Actually, the evenings were very different at the U.S. Open for me. Because we were staying in Dry Ridge, which there's absolutely nothing to eat there. So I actually had to stay all night at the gun club to be able to eat. So I was around the shooting environment, talking to other shooters, and but as soon as I get back to the hotel room, I would think, wow, I shot really well today. I wonder if I can keep that up. And you always have doubts if you're going to have a good day or a bad day the next day, and I never want to go into a shooting tournament thinking that I'm going to have a bad day, because if you don't feel confident, you won't shoot well. So I had to basically mentally the whole night I would try to build up my confidence, listen to songs that would pump me up, go see a movie, just try to keep my mind off of thinking about the U.S. Open.
Okay, tell me quickly, what did you think of the targets? I have a question here in the chat room that says, what did he think of the targets?
I thought the targets were the best targets I've shot in a long time. I'm a big fan of Chuck Frazier. So the first day I shot the white course. That was a really, really good course. I actually Mike McAlpine. I've known him since I started shooting. He actually found me, and I love his targets. And then I think the other target setter was I want to say Mick Howe, I believe. And his targets were really well. I thought that the most amazing part about it was they could set a difficult course without throwing anything over 40 yards. So I think that the targets were absolutely awesome.
Okay, well, very good. And let me ask you, I'm sure Wendell did, but did you get together with Wendell after you got the award?
Yeah, actually, when I was called up on stage for the award, Wendell didn't shoot very well the whole weekend, and so when I was accepting the award, I actually called Wendell up on the stage and thanked him for everything. And I called him afterwards, and we spent the afternoon together. And he actually had to go coach the next day, so he had to leave. But we talked on the phone a lot, and it was kind of a pretty special moment.
Yeah, absolutely. My congratulations to you. Certainly, we're going to try to get Wendell on sometime in the future and maybe discuss some of the training that he put you through. Or that you worked with him on. We'd like to have you come back on, David, also tell us a little bit more. I think there's a lot that people want to know about you. You have changed the face of sporting clays, and congratulations, my friend. There's nothing. I'm sure that your mother and father are extremely proud of you, and and us in sporting clays, we're just very jealous. Thanks for coming on, pal. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, though, okay?
All right, will do. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.